speak, man. Profitability of the Greater Emerald Vale region. Our officers agree with you. Agriculture and fishing / canned or canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our officers are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spaces Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists have been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of automechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. So I'm guessing the only way to get in is to use a key card. We've literally been everywhere else. Yeah, we need an authorization passcode by the looks of things. Hasn't got a passcode. So what is it saying I need again? So we can come back to it and know what we're getting. Authorization passcode. Okay. Where's the geothermal passcode? Okay, apparently we have to come back to this. So we're already ahead, if you know what I'm saying. Call me the bounty hunter, guys. It's sealed off. Can't be shield that now. Guessing these things lock these areas. Can we get in the back way? Something we're gonna have to discover. Resting in the bed is relaxing, moves time forward. In supernova difficulty, you can only rest in your bed on your ship. Well, that's why we took the story mode. Because we literally, that's all we want to do. Okay, we got a shit ton of stuff here, guys, so you know. Got a fucking grenade launcher as well. Nice. Okay, let's fast travel. Should be able to fast travel here. Awesome. So I'm guessing these enemies don't respawn, which is really good if they don't, because to me, I don't have to go through the same bullshit each time. Okay. There's guaranteed to be some kind of enemies around here. Botanical lab.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Just a gathering of simple folk minding our own troubles. Got plenty. Don't need you adding to them. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on ya. That'd be our local green thumb. Answers to Adelaide. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Well, look at you, buzzing around the Aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. What is it?
Okay. So we can track quests, that's pretty cool. We ain't gonna go around stealing things because we want to keep the peace with our not immediate enemies, unless they turn into enemies, if you get me. Chicken.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Merchant skill. Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. Okay. Let's go with that. Why not? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. You're another person.
Keep your wits about. If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Alright, merchant skill, that's obviously, it just came up.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? Suppose that weighs on who's asking. My flock likes to call me grandmother, on account of my providing hot soup and free advice. You can call me Adelaide, though. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself. This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. Are you talking about an escape pod of some sort? Where did you say you were from? I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me. Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale. Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell. Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about Lost ships from decades past. No, but the board may have reason to fear you. You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering. I'm listening.
Okay, Emerald Vale Botanical Lab and Experimental Facility. Experimentational notes. Experimental notes first entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original concept as a gear in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all of Space's choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own two hands. This place shall become a nursery before it was abandoned. I understand the horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavours. Experimental notes last entry. Flora are living things as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scientists will say something about biology or the carbon cycle. But I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Okay.
Wits about your friend.
Alright, let's sleep. Okay, we've had a decent rest.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Okay, so we're basically not going to rob anything for now, see how the colony goes on. You know, they've been pretty cool so far. There's a workbench discovered, nice. Where's this workbench at? Trying to figure out how to actually do something. So how do you use this supposed workbench then? Let's find out how to use the workbench. This a workbench. Ah, okay. Welcome to the Crux 2000 Workbench. The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade and modify your weapons and armor, keeping your combat ready and in tip-top shape at all times. On each screen, first select the weapon or armor item that you want to work on, then choose what you want to do, repair it, break it down for parts, modify it with a mod or tinker to upgrade it. Okay. So, that obviously leads back that way. So if we fast travel here, I know we're literally right next to it, but we fast travel here, and then go this way. Now, if I remember, we were looking to find one of their friends or something like that. People we just came across, I'm on about. I'll do. Absolutely amazing. Combat dialogue abilities. You have unlocked a dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. And we got a new perk. Let's go with that. Primal nest discovered.
Hi.
Hello. Well, that was a bit of a stupid move. Let's heal. Nice. Alright, let's go with that. Holy fuck. Come out, bitch. My aim's off at the minute. Yeah, I'll take that. Space's choice found a flaw in you. Flaw tutorial. During your adventures, things may happen to your character that can trigger a flaw offer. Taking the flaw is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. The choice is yours. Permanent concussion. Having been hit in the head one too many times, your mental faculties have been permanently affected. Gonna reject that one. Personally. If I switch out one of these, happy days.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Grace is gonna love my discovery. All right. Let's fast travel there. Where's Grace? There she is.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Okay, we've made a friend. Reputation with a factor has changed. If enemies are hostile but your reputation isn't kill on sight. Right, Oh, I didn't get to read all that, but... Right. Deserter's reputation increased. Very nice. Deserters are now agreeable. You've gained bolter pistol.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Okay, so if I can... fast travel here, that would be great.
Come out and attack! You hiding? Come out! Smell something.
Well, a little bit annoying that obviously they've respawned, but hey. I killed the bastards.
Hear that?
Pretty sure we've been here, but... Alright. Don't need loads of these, as we've got some already. Guessing we can't jump on that. Nope. Okay then. Alright, so we've been to pretty much all the districts. What is going on down here? Alright, volcano. Alright, it's finally time to do the main mission. After
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply. Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics. Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message. Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
well, at least we've got to fix them. Don't mind fixing things that aren't a threat to us. Or helping things that aren't a threat to us. You know, we're not going to be an arsehole for arsehole's sake. That'll do, donkey. Alright. Let's finally go to Edgewater. Okay, let's go for some ammunition. Alright, unlock second story balcony door. Awesome. Messages to R. Thompson from L. Gibbs Marketing Division. Subject: excellent news. Hey boss, just wanted to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line, and I think some of them will really catch our customers' attention. From R. Thompson. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I've just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of the Saltuna brand because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Saltuna. Effective immediately, we have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, thereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from the marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? ? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is great. This is a great and tremendous honour for you and for me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Welcome. Ouch. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Very nice. How the fuck did that damage me? Come on now. Okay. Break down these, we don't need them. Gonna keep that for nostalgic vibes. Because we have got much better stuff now. Alright. Edgewater, let's go.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got him.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plague? Ah, shit. I had some of his salt tuna.
You moron.
You're safer. Inside the walls.
Got my sights on you.
Alright, Edgewater Saltuna Cannery, a Spacer's Choice property. Maintenance Division logs. Welcome P. Holcomb. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Select an option to proceed. Trouble ticket 65565, filed by Thompson or R. Thompson. Summary: AG loader serial numbers 000023745. Failure on startup. Status open, priority medium. Steps to reproduce: number 1, turn on engine. Number 2 and 3, try it again. Number 4, kick the loader. Number 5, curse injured toes. Number 6, I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Number 7, try it again. Number 8, it makes a rattling noise. Maintenance notes. Dang it, Clancy, I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his status off axes again. We'll clean out and reset. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely on account of somebody trying to restart him over and again. Need to rewind all the coiling in number 4. K's status working, but there's something else off. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. Priority issue. Trouble ticket 65587, filed by R. Thompson. Summary: failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Status open, priority executive. Number 1, steps to reproduce. Number 1, startup production line according to Schedule S4 6701A. Number 2, observe processing of cans. Number 3, follow first batch to heat processing stage. Number 4, 1 in brackets or more loud popping noises. Number 5, smoke, smell of burned saltuna. 6, overheat klaxon on monitor 6. Number 7, flames jet from exhaust ports. Number 8, automatic shutdown. Maintenance notes: likely as not Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. Trouble ticket 65588. Filed by L. Miller. This issue has been open for 0 days. Summary: damned mechanicals. Status open, priority low. In brackets, priority automatically reset to low by executive level admin rule applied by R. Thompson. Reason: trouble ticket filed by L. Miller. Steps to reproduce: 1, look northwise. Number 2, I said look northwise, blasted, useless translator. Number 3, near scrap pile. Number 4, could be northeast from town, I guess. Number 5, observe mechanical. Number 6, clanking about all menacing like. Number 7, see it. Number 8, it's right there. I think we've already been there, so we can just fast travel there. If we need to do that. Maintenance notes in brackets, no notes on this ticket yet. Workbench. Where's this workbench? There it is. Awesome. So we've already seen this before. Any other mods that we can put on anything at the moment? No. Okay. Very happy with that. Maintenance Division Personnel Terminal. Welcome Holocomb or Robert Holocomb. Enter a keyword for record search, or hold down Control Alt F7. Enter to compose a new entry. Last search, Indumati searching to records found. First entry. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me as I look up and think of you. Transcript note from Indumati. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you will raise her with love. Perhaps more than I would make time for. You are patient and present. in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th, make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her, it was the only time she stopped crying. Indumati. Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Open last entry. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spacer's Guide, almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorised. Reckon I'll take the next volume into work of the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. I'll do. One thing I actually forgot to mod was my armour, so I'm going to do that in a second. Considering we've got some armour parts anyway. Where's this armour again? It's in this room, I think. There it is. Okay, which way did we come from that way?
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
We should keep our voices down.
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
Staying long?
Hey, that's a what do you think you're doing?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice
Right in
Constabulary.
front of Constable
We are
Ray's.
Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. Anthracillin, huh? That's an anti-Cleo product. I appreciate your vigilance on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I'll make sure this medicine goes to where it's most needed. Sealed, packaged, and delivered to a Spacer's Choice storage facility. Standard procedure for contraband, you see. Medical treatment by anti-Cleo's products is strictly prohibited under Spacer's Choice company policy. I distribute this medicine to our workers, and we're all complicit in a crime. If you're one of our workers, I would be obliged to mark that comment on your permanent record. You are, of course, entitled to a reward for assisting in the apprehension of any contraband. Your compensation and your receipt. Spacer's Choice wishes you a productive shift. Something to report? As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? Shot you into space. You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice constable is a violation of company policy and punishable by a fine. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority. Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serves Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it. Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to... I don't serve... Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition. Something to report?
Okay, all bounties posted by the Edgewater Constabulary have been authorized by Spacer's Choice. View bounties, question mark. Wanted, Guillaume Gil Antrim. Background, former Spacer's Choice associate mechanic. Terminated from his position, constable's memorandum. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination and Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Guillaume Gil Antrim, effective immediately. Some of you may remember Gil Antrim from his days in the cannery. Please be advised that Spacer's Choice no longer recognises Mr. Antrim as a member of its valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in a good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing themselves of any sympathy, allegiance or memory towards Mr. Antrim. Pretty savage. Wanted, Doc Maybell Burgess. Background: former Spacer's Choice physician. Abandoned her duties and disappeared from Edgewater at large and considered dangerous. Constable's memorandum. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Doc Mabel Burgess, effective immediately. Doc Mabel is wanted for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel of stolen Andrena time, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its official physician. Generous bounty: payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Wanted: Bertie Cotton. Background: former vicar acting on behalf of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. Stationed to the Edgewater Vicarage, suffered psychological breakdown upon showing symptoms of plague. At large and dangerous. Constable's memorandum. I can't say that fucking word, man. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination and Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Bertie Cotton, effective immediately. The Order of Scientific Inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero G. Zero G brew an ale that's good for what ails you. Generous bounty: payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want to be sleeping in jail, so... But these are obviously the jail cells.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
I know how you feel.
Okay, let's eat some stuff. Wanted dead alive: Doc Mabel, Bertie Cotton, and Gwalwam Antrim.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. Didn't nobody ever tell you to never impress yourself between a man and his muttering? Which is, by the way, a normal and healthy mode of expression. You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable. And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give them another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man? There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good? Robbing an old man
I
of his
feel a
last
bit
shred of hope?
gutted now, to be honest.
Betray a man in his final hours? Of course, I understand.
I didn't
I'd
know.
probably do the same to you, given the chance. So, you just here to watch me die, or what? Please, wander around. Touch things. I'm awfully contagious.
Sorry, bro. I really thought I didn't know. For a shame. If I knew before I gave it to that other person, fuck's sake.
Please, wander around.
Yeah, bro's not going to be cool with me anymore.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Fair enough. Mate, I feel so bad about...
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got one.
I feel so bad about, obviously, giving it to the wrong person without realising.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us, Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have enough.
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here. You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand. Coming right up. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. Will there be anything else? Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Coming right up. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice. Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. Will there be anything else? Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. If you want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down. It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that. Go ahead. The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something. Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folklore about a mysterious colony ship. You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed? Would you keep your voice down? You're gonna get the whole cantina written up. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it. Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this. Coming right up. We'll get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's Choice. Go ahead.
Alright, well, there's not much more we can speak to her about. Would have been helpful if we were a little bit nicer, but anyway.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. We're a sensible people. Edgewater has been good to me. I am... As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
Letter from Phyllis. Conrad, receptionist, shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is going to ruin us, so I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth, heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? ? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? ? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
At least I paid my gravesite fees. You don't want me breathing on you.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me. Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk. I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got. Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work. I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell. I don't want any trouble.
What do you think you're doing?
You know, you made a real generous argument.
Hey.
Something's not right. Get him! I'm out! Reloading!
Yo, why you kill? Gonna say then. I was helping you out. Gonna say, man. Nice.
And your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Carry on.
I don't get a lot of visitors.
Did you hear? Ray has locked up some contraband.
As long as it wasn't a dream at time.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. I have every reason to be. I caught a real break working in a place like this. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here. Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor. You have got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry. Survival of the fittest. It ain't just the law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work. Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded. Go right ahead. I'd keep a few paces between myself and Miss Holcomb, the town mechanic, since her dear father left the workforce. No ill intent in her, mind. Just a queer sort, restless, scatterbrained, inclined to do first and think after, if you take my meaning. Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kemp. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.